Hey, what's good? I'm Kinell and this is Sinister Cinema, where we get deep into the guts of classics and new releases from horror and exploitation cinema. Yes! Hey, wasn't planning on doing a video today, but normally if I see something like think, yeah, I'm gonna do a video on that, you know, I get set and I watch it. The next video I was gonna do was gonna be the next one in the Welcome to the Blumhouse, but I thought I would just chill out, find something to watch today. I was browsing, recently added on the Arrow channel. I saw a film and thought, nah, I gotta talk about this, like, flipping. This caught my attention, so yeah, I've got to tell you about this film, which is new on the Arrow channel. I believe they've got the Arrow app and all going on. I think they've got a Blu-ray release, so it's out now. But the film I'm going to talk about is The Deeper We Dig.
I need to report a missing person. Echo Allen, she's my daughter. Her coat is gone and her sled is gone. But if she went sledding, she didn't come back.
We're looking for your neighbor's daughter, 14-year-old girl. She's been missing since last night. Have you happened to see her at all?
No.
Echo Allen. Ring any bells?
No.
On the night that Echo disappeared, she reached out to me from the darkness.
That's a mother's intuition.
But then she revealed to me a sign. Tell my mother what you've done. A sign of the 7 circles.
It was an accident. It could have happened to anyone. The 7 circles are unforgiving. They are locked in grief. They will warp everything within them. And for you, who's turned her back on her calling, you will pay dearly.
I'll pay. Echo did not run away. Something terrible happened to her. I know, because she reached out to me from another realm. I need you to help me find out what happened to her, but you can't help me find her. Only I can do that. I want to talk to my daughter. I want to talk to my beautiful Echo. Can we do that? Please?
The Deeper You Dig. Yeah, what this film concerns is this dude, it's set in upstate New York, where it's like fucking freezing around this time of year. I presume it's around this time of year, because you see a pumpkin at one point, loads of snow and all that, deer hunting, all that kind of shit, woods, isolation, that kind of upstate New York. So that's where we're talking about. And he's renovating a house up there, and also in this area is a woman and her daughter, and the daughter goes out sledding at night against her mum's wishes, and your man who's renovating this house is driving home pissed, boomf, kills the daughter accidentally. Not his fault, but he's not the kind of guy who'd catch a lot of lenience from the local authorities, so he goes about covering what he's done. Yes. So what should we call it? He's trying to get cover his tracks and all this kind of thing, but all the while he is haunted by images, visions of the girl that he ran over, 14-year-old girl. Meanwhile, the mum who supports her daughter as a like hooky tarot card reader. I mean, like, maybe at one point she did have some kind of psychic abilities, and the trauma of losing her daughter and the police aren't helping much, thinks she's just run away, is kind of like bringing back some of that old real psychic shit, man. And yeah, so she's also seeing some visions. So it's about these two people and their separate experiences that have been affected by this incident and how things intertwine and all this. So it's quite a lofty plot there. Now, first thing you notice in the credits, it says it's made by the Addams family. That's ADAMS, 1D. Yeah, so not the Addams family like that. It's actually a family that made it. Specifically, John Adams, Toby Poser, who's his wife's spouse, partner, I'm not sure, kept the name, didn't keep the name, whatever, and their daughter Zelda Adams. And they made films together, apparently. It's not their first one, but it's their first horror one, I understand. They've also got another daughter who's in college when this was being made, so she weren't around for it, but she's been in other ones they've done. They've done like dramas and crime stuff. So this one, yeah, it's quite a lofty vision. You think about these homemade projects like that and people tend to gravitate towards, nah, fucking, we'll just do some found footage bullshit. Not this. This is a very striking, surreal film. Like, you know, apart from that initial setup, it goes in some quite interesting directions with a lot going on visually. The guy being haunted, and you know, is it in his head, is it not in his head, and the mother's psychic visions, and like from both sides of it they could be going insane, but this manifests in a very real way to them, and all this kind of thing. And there's a lot of very striking imagery. Fucking, like, I haven't seen any of their other films, but I will say they know how to make a film, this family. I mean, literally, when I say they make films together, they do everything. The husband, John and Toby, they write it together, they direct it together, the whole family does the camera work, John does the sound, they do the soundtrack together, everything. There's a few other people in it, and a few of their mates help them out, but that's it. So I read this just as it was starting, and I was not expecting it to be as ambitious as it was. I mean, it's not like some cheap tinny fucking cabin in the woods bullshit. This is fucking quite elaborate, and there's some interesting things going on. I'd say if anything it's closer to something like, as homemade projects go, something like a Phantasm. I mean, it's not on that kind of grand scale with a wider world to it. It's still very much within the world of these two characters. Or three if you count the daughter, but yeah, it's fucking interesting. There's some really good imagery in there. I mean, like a lot of the mother's visions. I mean, like a lot of the mother's visions. Like, she has some, like, I'm not sure if they're dreams or if it's like that she's experiencing visions that are sort of telling her the story as it plays out. But yeah, they've done some clever stuff here, and like, whilst I would not classify this as an extreme film, I certainly feel there's influence from a lot of extreme cinema, like a lot of the stuff involving the guy like cracking up alone in this isolated place. It put me in mind of Red Crocodile. If you've seen that, that's about a guy who's in like some post-nuclear hellscape, but he's stuck in a flat, falling to pieces because he's addicted to Red Crocodile, that fucking like Russian shit they make out of painkillers when you can't get any smack, where you've got like where your body just literally rots off, and the average lifespan of someone from their first shot of crocodile is a year. It's fucked up. But you know, like, they made that film sort of does. It feels like that was a bit of an influence, and like there was at least one of the fucking visions that the mother has that put me in mind of Regurgitated Sacrifice. Yeah, I pronounced that right. Regurgitated Sacrifice, which is a Lucifer Valentine film. If you're not familiar with the work of Lucifer Valentine, there's probably a reason for it. It's pretty fucking mad shit. It's fucking very extreme cinema. This is Regurgitated Sacrifice was like part of his Vomit Gore trilogy, and yes, there is a lot of vomit and gore in them. And this whole thing, this vision of, there was this plain white vision, and the fucking the mothers being like force-fed a live cobra, and that. There's a bit of that. Fucking, I hope you're not having that on at your family film nights. Don't be showing your 14-year-old daughter no Regurgitated Sacrifice. They don't need to be seeing that shit. I don't know, I can't judge parenting, but fucking hell, I fucking regret seeing that kind of shit. But yeah, fucking like, so now, I mean, obviously with this being homemade, there are a few points when the budget does kind of like show its seams a little. There's one particular sort of decapitation type vision which is a bit too CGI heavy for me. You know, CGI blood and all that. Not the biggest fan. I mean, obviously there's a lot of CGI blood that I will never point out in things because it's so good I don't know, but that one bit in particular stuck out. But by and large they're working within their means and they do quite a lot with it. So yeah, this film I rate it. I recommend you checking it out. As I say, I believe it's out now on Arrow Blu-ray and on the Arrow channel. I think they've got it on, like, I've got the Arrow channel on Prime. I think it's on other devices, and I believe this is also it's on other services like Apple and all this kind of shit. But you know, why would I know that? I've got one that works in it. But yeah, so wherever you can find your Arrow channel, you can watch this right now. And I think I'm going to buy the Blu-ray. This is pretty interesting. Hey, anyway, I'll be back tomorrow on the Welcome to the Blumhouse thing. Oh yeah, I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. I give a lot of things 3.5 stars, but yeah, this one, ratings, the deeper you dig. So yeah, fucking, if you've seen this film, then leave a comment below. If not, I'd urge you to check it out. Come back, let me know what you think. And yeah, like, subscribe, bell button so you get the notifications, all that, all them YouTube things there. Anyway, this has been Sinister Cinema, and I'm Kinell. Safe.